I'm Liz Riesen. I'm a registered dietitian, and I developed the Foundations of Hormone Balance method. And this method is developed for women to balance hormones, improve your energy, lose weight, that's stubborn weight, and also to really improve your relationship with food and also with your body. Because to me, that is by far the most important goal. That's where we all want to be, right? You want to be comfortable in your body. You want to be confident in the food that you're eating and that you're doing the right things so that you can break free from that black and white mentality. You can stop the cycle of maybe restricting yourself and then not caring of what you're eating, or exercise, going heavy in the exercise and then just not exercising at all. Just finding that middle ground, that balance, what is going to be the best for you, the most realistic, and really feel like you're not doing anything special. Because I think that is hopefully somebody in your life that you know, where you look at them, you're like, they're healthy, but they don't really seem stressed about it. It's not constantly something that they're focused on. They don't seem like they're struggling. They're just comfortable and they're living their life, they're enjoying food, and they're healthy and feeling good. And that's where I want each and every one of my clients to be. So how did I get into my area of focus? Well, that's a pretty easy answer. Myself, my own issues, my own struggles, my own journey. And I'm not going to talk long about myself, but just to kind of give you insight as to what I've gone through and why I do have a passion for working with women. And I do understand what you're going through and what you're struggling with. So for myself, it really, honestly, sad to say, but started when I was very young, around age 5 to 6. I was on antibiotics for 2 years straight due to kidney infections that were chronic. So it was necessary, but as we all are aware of today, we know that antibiotics are something you really should not be on, especially long term. So a young girl being on antibiotics for 2 years straight is going to affect things, and it did. My mom told me, I don't remember this luckily, but she brought me to the doctor when I was that young, and I had elevated androgens in my body, which are hormones. And right out the gate, I had an issue with my hormone balance. Let's just say that. So that progressed as I grew, as I entered puberty. I had acne that was just really tough to get a handle on. And so I started birth control very young. Again, I think I started birth control around age 13. And it was just solely for acne. And it was, again, unfortunate because I know birth control is not going to be going to fix any issues. It's just going to kind of put a blanket over it for a little while. And then you have to deal with it at a later time. So as I continue to grow, go to college brings in, lack of sleep, or diet. I was going for dietetics, luckily. So I had some kind of, balance on my mind, but I had a very limited budget. So I, could only eat what I could afford. And then after college, you're getting into the workforce, and that's really when it hit me. Like I have issues. I had a lot of gut issues. I had inflammation. I had weight that someone looking at me probably through my whole life would be like, she's healthy, she's good, she's lucky. And not knowing what I was struggling with on a daily basis. I mean, my poor relationship with food, with my body. I had the education on diet, but yet it wasn't working. I didn't see the results. I didn't feel good. I had a lot of issues. And it took a lot of learning outside of college, a lot of learning on my own and getting into the functional range and understanding really what's going on in terms of digestion and breakdown, absorption, leaky gut, and your immune cells and that reactivity that can happen. Hormones definitely was a huge area that I did not get a lot of education in prior, that I'm just so grateful that I started to learn about, because it was massive, the amount of change that I could see once you understand how hormones work and everything that affects our hormones, because that's really where the foundations of hormone balance comes into play. The method I developed was because you can't just jump, even if you're like, I know my hormones are out of balance. I know hormones are causing my symptoms. My periods are heavy. My PMS is out, just crazy. I've got, just cyclical symptoms that come on, or maybe you're in perimenopause and things have really gone haywire, or in postmenopause and it's just a mess. But we can't just jump directly to hormones and work on hormones and think that it's going to solve everything. We really have to start from the ground up. And so that's what the foundations of hormone balance method is. It's starting from the ground. We're looking at nutrient status. We're looking at digestion, absorption, your microbiome and bacterial balance. Then we're looking at inflammation and stress and our cortisol. And then we're getting into hormones, because all of these things are going to affect your body's ability to produce hormones and to be able to balance it naturally. But even saying that, as we fix everything, it's like checking out boxes, right? Checking these all off. And along the way, you're understanding how food and your body is working. Because it probably feels right now that, you just don't trust food. You have a poor relationship with it. You've tried diets, you've tried everything. You're trying to eat healthy and you're not seeing progress. So it's like, how can food help me? How is eating healthy going to help me? Because I try it and I don't see any changes. Like, because of all these underlying factors, diet and exercise aren't necessarily going to be your answer. You probably are. I get most of the women I work with have healthy diets. Maybe there's little things that we're learning on ingredients or things to avoid that can sneak into, healthy products on the market. Maybe there's things that are lacking in your diet that I'm having you increase and really focus on getting enough of. But overall, you know what a healthy diet is. So it's not as simple as cut calories and move more and you're going to lose weight. There's so much more going on, so much more communication. And that's what I want to break down and educate women on doing. So not just guiding you and getting you solutions and fixing symptoms, but teaching you along the way so that you have that knowledge, you have that confidence in what you're doing. And then you can see how the food helps. So you can see how, as you add stuff in, things improve, your energy improves, your cycles, your periods improve, fertility. I mean, that's a huge one that I obviously that's my favorite one, because who doesn't love babies? So, and helping somebody to get that gift. But once we get these hormones in balance, now you can continue with your healthy diet and your activity and lifestyle, and you feel good. And so I had my favorite probably email from a client it was months after we had finished working together. And she was like, I just want to say, like, I get asked, what did you do? And what diet are you on? And she goes, I don't even have anything to tell them besides like healthy. It's like, it's just a healthy diet. And I'm trying to be as active as I can. And she goes, it's just crazy that like, there's not like one thing that you can pinpoint and be like, well, the keto diet, or cut carbs out completely, or, any of these extremes, because this is the black and white. I mean, we're just pulling at strings when you start doing stuff like that. But when you're really working from the ground up and you're understanding how all this can work in your body, and nutrients work, and colors and foods and stress management, I mean, that is a major part of what I work with. We can't forget emotions and stress, because the body is one function, one piece, and communication comes also from what we're thinking, how we're feeling, and our external stress. So we need to have all of this stuff as a focus, and we need to find how we can balance, because right now you might be in a really good stress level, but you never know what life's going to throw at you. So even women that are like, I feel like it's really hectic right now, I don't know if I have time to really focus in on what you're going to teach me and what you're going to have me do. I'm like, this is the time to do it then. This is the opportunity, because if you can do it right now with all this other hectic stuff going on in life, kids schedule, your work is busy, you're maybe a caregiver for someone, right now is the time that's going to be most challenging. But if we work and figure out techniques to implement and to make it happen, where you're still eating the healthy diet, you're learning how to manage your stress when your stress is at the highest, it's almost kind of a blessing. So if you haven't learned, I think one thing clients tell me too is like, they just love how I can twist everything into a positive aspect of positive thinking, because why not? It's your life. Why not try to twist everything into a positive light and something good to work off of? Because otherwise we're just focused on negative. We're making excuses. We're just sitting where we are and we're not happy where we are. So why not try to get and hold on to something that's going to be positive and lift you up and keep that motivation going? Because that's probably another Another huge thing that I get inquiries about is I just need help with accountability. I need accountability. I need accountability. And so that really helped also fuel my development of my Foundations of Hormone Balance program, is working with busy moms who do have limited time. Their time windows are really, all over the board. And you need that accountability, because the traditional method of meet with a dietitian or a health coach and then go a couple weeks and then meet with them. I mean, heck, even 1 week. Think of how much stuff happens to you in 1 week. It's tough. So my program that I developed also is meant for a lot of little touch points, a lot of accountability, so that I'm always kind of on your mind. I'm always right there, super easy to get a hold of. And you just feel like you have somebody in your court standing behind you, helping you through all of these little challenges. Because if you're just looking for a meal plan, you can just Google that. I'm like, people are like, hey, can you tell me what to eat as a dietitian? Like, what should I be doing? I'm like, Google it. It's free. You'll get a meal plan. Put in as many calories as you want. They'll give you a meal plan of recipes, probably even a grocery list with that. That's what Google is for. Okay. I am here to help you be accountable, maintain, and find that balance and incorporate all of these different areas into your life so that it's attainable for you, it's realistic, and you're going to be successful. That's what I am here for. And do I have the knowledge to work through the underlying issues that pop up? Absolutely. I have hypothyroidism. I've had, migraines my whole life that I've gotten under control. I've got all these other underlying issues. Like I mentioned, GI, absolutely. Am I sensitive? So there's a lot of things that I'm dealing with, but you kind of find this nice balance, and it's got to be something that like throws you out of whack, whether it's a virus, you get sick, or you get food poisoning, or maybe there's some really significant emotional event, someone dies that's close to you, and something like that will throw you off. But again, that's where I come in. We're like, okay, we know what happened. This is what we need to address right now to get you back to your baseline. So life is always full of surprises. But let me tell you, if you feel like you are in a very busy time of your life, don't push this stuff aside. Please don't push happiness and feeling comfortable and confident in your body. Don't push that off for the future, because you can start reaching these goals right now. And it's important that you do, because if you can do it now, you're going to have that confidence. You know that you can do it moving forward, right? So please don't push off you feeling better. Your self-care, your health, your happiness is definitely a priority. And I hope that you reach out to me. I am here. We can definitely talk through things in more detail and answer any questions that you have and give you some more information on working together. So reach out to me. You can send me an email, fill out the application form, and I will be in touch. And I hope to work with you and meet you soon. Thanks.